hours Moscow time. Welcome. Good morning for those who are here in the European part of the world, and good afternoon and good evening for those who are on the other side of the earth. Welcome. We have third day of our first Rectors Forum of Russia and Thailand, and today international officers mainly meet. To my mind, our goal is to set the frame for cooperation. So tomorrow rectors will be speaking and talking about general things, but I would like to encourage you to talk today about practical things. Well, for many universities, Russian universities, Thai experience is very, very different, not very academic, and I think vice versa works as well. So I think it would be very interesting to discuss academic exchanges a bit later today, short exchange programs, to understand how can we really work together. So I'm sure that strategic decision to work will be done tomorrow or soon after the forum by our rectors, but what can we do? How can we create the common value? This is very important. So for Russian side, we collected a very interesting representation of universities from the Far East to northwestern Russia. So we will cover the whole country, and that will be, I think, very interesting. So to start with, I would like to say that, of course, pandemic that forces us to talk today online, to meet online, also changes the framework for mobility. So mobility definitely is the background for any kind of international cooperation. And of course, first of all, we want our students and professors visit each other. And traditionally, we have four problems. This is motivation, language, funding, and recognition of studies, if we talk about students. But pandemic made all these problems even deeper. People are afraid of international travel, afraid of staying in quarantine or self-isolation. They do not like online education while they're sitting on campus of closed universities. There are problems with funding because clearly we have decrease of household income. And we still have, at least in Russia, we have problems with the recognition of online on-campus studies. So if student is still in his home university but studying online on the in foreign university, or if he went already to the foreign university but also studying there online. So how to recognize studies in this case? That's still interesting. I'm sure that when pandemic will be over, we will have the boost of mobility, and we international officers should be ready to We'll have a lot of incoming students and a lot of outgoing students. But I'm sure that geographic pattern will change. Many countries that strongly suffered from COVID will, I think, lose international students. And those who were more successful in fighting against COVID will get more students. But we will need to provide more financial support. We will need to be focused on shorter research or internship-based mobilities. And we should think about proper mix of online and offline studies. Well, that's everything I wanted to tell you as chair, as moderator, and I want to continue with our program. As a moderator, I will be very, very strict. Every speaker has 10 minutes. Please be in time. And first of all, I would like to go to Far Eastern Federal University. We have Vice Rector Victoria Panova from there. And Victoria Vladimirovna, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It was a great introduction indeed, and I'd like to thank St. Petersburg State University of Economics for hosting such an event. And I think it's very important, and Thailand is one of our most promising partners. We have, although it's not the most, close partnerships that we have experienced, both due to geographical reasons, due historical, but at the same time, I think there is great potential. We have a number on the country level, on people's level, a number of joint common principles that we could explore, that we could use to become stronger, both of us. So I think our universities do need to look into the options that could be presented by this first forum. I'm sure not the last one, and I do hope that this is the first time that we do meet in virtual environment, but as you rightly stressed earlier, we will need to look into the proper mix, not only of virtual and face-to-face meetings with the students, but for us as well, because definitely pandemic have influenced our ability, not just in teaching, not just in research, but also in striking new communications, striking new partnerships, and developing new paths for development. So now allow me to give just a few facts about the Forest and Federal University, and also what we've been doing as a part of the, not just part of the Experts of Education. This is the Russian program that was launched back in May 2017, not only as part of early group of 5 top 100 universities, but also as one of the leading in Russia. And I think I would not be overestimating to say that the leading university in the Russian Far East. So we've been there from 1899. In fact, we we had our anniversary, 120th anniversary back in 2019, right before the pandemic. So we were lucky to have it properly done. And over the time of existence, we've managed to develop a wide range of activities which were necessary for integration of the Russian forests into the wider Asia-Pacific region, and for opening new windows of opportunity for cooperation between not only Russian and Asian universities, but also promoting Asian studies, regional studies. Forest and Federal University is known for its good, brilliant knowledge of Oriental languages. In fact, we used to have special courses for a number of years teaching Thai language. We are not having it now, unfortunately. So probably for us, it would be one of the areas we could explore with our Thai partners to restart the situation when we could start teaching once again Thai to our Russian students. But we do continue having a cultural center, which also offers information, cultural information, educational information about Thailand and its universities in the Forest and Federal University. So, but in order for this to do, of course, it's not enough just to have 2 universities or let's say 10 universities. We do need to establish and launch full partnership with business and with government. It's like a multi-stakeholder task, because this would require both Thai side and Russian side to launch a number of new educational, not only educational opportunities, but working opportunities. So this is one of the areas I'd like us to consider today. So about FAFU, we are having about 3,500 international students from 74 countries. Of course, 60% of those students are from Asia Pacific, but we do also have those coming from distant parts of like Latin America, Africa, Middle East, North America as well, and Europe, but to a lesser extent. We've been doing a number of different programs in order to stimulate international environment within FEFU. Among such initiatives, I would like to name opening of the representative offices. Over the past 4 years, we've opened those in the capitals of Japan, China, Vietnam, and India. So it's a university-to-university partnerships, and those representative offices on both sides, they do allow to inform students about their existing educational opportunities of our universities. They do allow to look into extra research partnerships between the universities and on a wider scale to attract business to such partnerships, and also to look into opportunities to strike new double degree or network degree programs. I think this is one of their future areas of cooperation to be considered. We are having now about 250 partners, international partners, with whom we have over 350 international agreements and MOUs. We are part of such international associations like Asia Pacific Rim Universities. I think some of you might be, there is one Thai university that also part of APRU, also the University of the Arctic. We are participating in a number of international events of their, let's say, state level. We have been traditional organizers from the very start of their international conference on higher education of APEC. And some of you have been participants of this conference. Last year, we also held it in a dual format, both online and offline. And our Thai partners, and not only Thai partners, but partners from the whole of Asia Pacific and ASEAN, they've been joining us, including the minister, your Minister of Education, our Minister of Education. So it was a real blessing, and we're hoping to continue holding this. This is already a tradition of 8 years. We're not going to break it. So this year we already had the Eastern Economic Forum. It is the biggest forested event for Russia. Announced that it will be held in their offline format. So we're hoping that those of you who would be willing to come would be able to participate in our conference within the framework of the Eastern Economic Forum. This is also a very important event. We have about 185 partners out of 250 from Asia Pacific. As I said, there is a good potential for Thai universities and Russian universities to expand this type of partnership. What we do offer, apart from conferences and state level events, is also joint short-term and long-term programs. We have about 15 short-term programs existing so far. They're usually held either separate, like the Russian Forest Summer School for international students from anywhere of the world, or they could be done on a bilateral or trilateral level with partner universities, usually from Asia. We have the ice mechanics, for example, with the Chinese universities. We have international business and international archaeology with our Chinese and Korean partners and Japanese partners. So if there is something that would be interesting for Thai universities, we would be ready to explore those opportunities. We've also offering not just Russian language programs, bachelor's, master's, postdoc, but English speaking ones in a variety of areas, because we're a classical university, and they include general medicine, international business and project administration, international tourism, politics and economics of Eurasia, world economy, etc. So this could be, and we've launched also in 2017 the first ever School of Data Economy or Digital Economy. And it also have a number of cyber security, virtual reality, and AR master's programs that could be interesting either for joint elaboration or for participation of your students in some of the courses. Last year, Mr. Lenka have, yes, I'm finishing. We experienced pandemic, but nevertheless, you might be aware that Russia was presiding over BRICS last year. And as in recognition of our chairmanship, we've held a semester-long internship for BRICS students. This was extremely successful, even during the pandemic. First we started with offline, then we moved more to distant learning with some safely done activities for over 100 students from those 5 countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And since this was a really good experience, we think it could be also scaled up to and offered to ASEAN countries and specifically to our Thai university partners. Thank you so much. And I would be happy to answer questions and participate in further discussion. Thanks so much, Mr. Vasilenko.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We will keep all questions for the discussion in the end. And now we are going to Bangkok, to Siam University. We have president today, Dr. Honchai Monghonvanit. Please, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I'm very delighted to be with all of you, especially the one from Russia. I still remember when I was in Vladivostok with the President Kolilov, and then to visit the university, FENU. And I also have learned that you have like teaching Thai as well. So if there any possibility that I can support the program of teaching Thai, we are more than happy to do so. And I hope that the pandemic will end soon so that I can go back to San Francisco of Russia again. Okay, and right now I will talking about academic exchange of the first lecture conference between Thailand and Russia. I'm Ponchai Mongkholvanit, President of Siam University in Thailand. And right now I'm also serve as a Vice President of the IAU as well. Next please, next slide please. Next slide please. Yeah, Siam University right now, we have about 15,000 students, 14 schools, and then we start in 1973, still a new university. Right now we have 14 schools, one international college, and also the graduate school. And our newest school is a medical school. And then we also working with our community. We focus on diversity, employability, and sustainability. Next slide, please. And then right now, we also have been ranked by QS World University Ranking, and we ranked the 11th of Thailand among private and public university. And in Thailand, we have a little bit over 150 institutions. And then next, we also have been ranked by UI Green Metrics, and we ranked the 5th among private and public institutions. And this year, we also delighted to be one of the top 100, world top 100 sustainable university in Thailand. Not in Thailand, worldwide. Next, please. We are also participate in many networks like IAU that I serve as the Vice President. We also being a member of ACDUN, that is Asian Cooperation University Network, ASAYU, that is the network of university in Southeast Asia. We are also the member of AACSB, and we also participate in Erasmus. And I think that by Erasmus, I think that in the future, we also can participate more with Russian institution as well. Next, please. Next slide, please. Next, please. Yeah. And then right now we have international students from 42 countries. Right now, we can say that about 10% of our students are international students. And then we also have international students from various countries in Asia. In addition, we also have a lot of international students from many countries in Europe, especially from Germany, from France, and also from some of the Nordic countries. And we are also looking forward to have more students from Russia. Presently, we have just a few students from Russia in our MBA program. I think that after the session today, we are also looking forward to have the relationship and promote the visit of Russian students to Thailand. And then after pandemic, I myself, my staff, and also some of our students also looking forward to visit nice university in St. Petersburg, in Vladivostok, and also in other country, in other city in Russia as well. Next, please. And then when we're talking about the exchange, academic exchange, I also like to introduce to you some of the requirements for the exchange with Siam University. The first thing is that you have to graduate from an institution that is recognized by your own government. And secondly, we also have some language requirement for the program that we use English as the medium of instruction. IELTS, it ranges from 4.5 to 6.5 as a minimum. It depends on the program. And TOEFL is also range from 50 to 65, also depend on the program as well. And then the third requirement is that you have to pass the requirement of the program that you choose to study at Siam University. And the picture here is a group of like not graduate students, but they are like a short-term, 2-week professional development program. I believe this is from Sri Lanka to Thailand. Next slide, please. And when we're talking about the credit transfer system, I think that the credit that will be able to be transferred have to earn within 5 years. And then the content should be at least 3 out of 4 of the content of that particular course. And I mean, if you have the content that is 75% comparable, then we can say that it's equivalent to our course. And then if you like to study and earn the degree at Siam University, we have the residential requirement of at least 1 academic year in Thailand at Siam University. Next, please. Next slide. We also have the exchange and short-term student as well, like by Erasmus and by other exchange channel. We also have a number of students from various countries to spend 1 or 2 semesters at Siam University. In this case, the requirement will be that the student have to be sent by the chief academic officer, I mean, president as well, vice president for academic affairs, provost, vice provost, or the dean of the school, and then fulfill the requirement for the program. This is we talking about short-term exchange program. And next, please. And in the area of study available for international students, for Siam University, we have the program that conduct in English and the program that conduct in Thai. And these are the collection of the program that conduct in English so that it will be enable international students to study in international language. So we have business administration, majoring in international business, tourism, hotel study, finance, marketing, and management. We have information technology, School of Information Technology with a number of majors. We have engineering, especially civil engineering and environmental engineering. For the engineering, we also working with Asian Institute of Technology to study a bachelor degree at our university and continue for their graduate study at the Asian Institute of Technology. And then we also have education administration, especially at the master degree level, some also with the PhD level. And then in addition, we also have food technology and gastronomy. I believe that when you are in Thailand, you should study a bit about food in Thailand and also tourism in Thailand as well. And these are also a part of what we can offer at Siam University. And next, please. And then we're talking about short-term study. Short-term study is like if you like a group of students who like to spend some time in Thailand, that is 1 or 2 weeks. We also can cater and can have a short-term visit that is include study in the classroom and also visit in various places in Thailand as well. What we have done now, we also have a continuous relationship in short-term study with Tokai University in Japan. And then what the topic that we used to do is like about the ASEAN study, about the sufficiency economy. As you know, sufficiency economy is one of the most important ideology of our late King Bhumibol Adulyadej. This is very, very important, especially for developing economy. We also can do the short-term visit on sustainable development and also IPD, that is professional development in various topics. We also have the short-term for executive in various countries, especially what we have done there from South Asia, like from Bhutan, from Sri Lanka, and from Nepal as well. Next, please. And then when we're talking about academic term, I think that our first academic term is between August to December, that is 16 weeks. And the second academic term is from January to May, also 16 weeks. And the third term is from June to July. These are our normal academic term. And then next, please. And we also have the approximate cost for short-term exchange students, such as if you like to have your student in Thailand for 1 semester. So these are the approximate tuition fees and living costs that they expect to spend in Thailand. Next, please. And then we also have the point of contact. That is Dr. Marut, that is our Assistant President for International Affairs, and also Ms. Ying Shani, also Deputy Director of International Affairs. And I think that is all. We're just looking forward to working with you. We like to improve more students and staff to visit Russia and more students and staff from Russia to visit Thailand. And we like to do the best for you. And we also recognize that during the colonization period, one of our best friends to help Thailand to be independent is Russia. And I think that most of the Thai people still recognize that remarkable thing that you have made to us. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you. We will ask all presenters to send us presentations. We will put it on the website so everybody will be able to read them again. And now we are going to Moscow, to Rudian University, People's Friendship University. And we have speaker from Department of International Scientific and Educational Cooperation, Maria Anatolievna. The floor is yours.
Hello, Mr. Vasilenko, dear colleagues. My name is Mario De Martino, and I'm delivering the presentation instead of Maria Curca, who is now unfortunately cannot deliver it. And I prepared a short presentation that I would like to share in the screen. I hope it is visible. Can you confirm it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very honored to deliver a presentation presenting the Ruden University activity in implementing academic mobility as a tool to internationalize, to boost the internationalization of our university. So my name is Mario De Martino, and I work at the International Relations Office, and I'm in charge of implementing the Erasmus Plus, the Erasmus project within the university. Just a few words about the university. Ruden University is a very international university. This is confirmed by the fact that students from more than 158 countries all over the world every year study at our university. This is a global university which has also a very comprehensive academic offer. In fact, we do have faculties and institutes covering all the main subject areas. So we go from engineering to social sciences, to mathematics, to economics and medicine, and so on. We are more than 33,000 students enrolled at our university, and it's a global network, we can say, because we have graduates, more than 200,000 graduates. Then they are spread all over the world, in all the corners of the world, Africa, Asia, Europe, Americas, and so on. Regarding our rankings, Ruden University is positioned at 326th place in the QS World University rankings. And in this slide, you can also see our position in certain subject areas like modern languages, linguistics, mathematics, social science, economics, and chemistry. In this slide, you can see what is our position in the Times Higher Education rankings, where we are both placed in a higher position at university level. You can see on the left side of the screen, 201st, 300th position. And also in the screen, you can see what is our position regarding other subject areas. We are also very green, let's say, university. We pay very much attention also on the green and ecological aspects, and this was rewarded by also by the fact that the university obtained the 42th place in the world in the Green Matrix world rankings, and it's as the first place in Russia. It's really a nice big campus with a lot of green, and we do hope that soon you will also be able to come here and see it in person. Regarding the internationalization, academic mobility it's crucial for our university, and this is confirmed also in our internationalization strategy that you can see here in the screen. So we really do a big effort to attract international students to coming here for academic mobility, but we also boost and promote about any forms of outgoing academic mobility. This is crucial for us to create an international campus, to create a sort of international environment where students can learn not only the subjects but all the crucial skills that are vital now in a globalized world, and having these international skills are very important in their life and in their future career. Regarding a bit the numbers of our international cooperation, Ruden University has more than 800 agreements with with university from 114 countries. And these agreements are signed with countries all over the world. Regarding the Asian region, we are now we have covered our collaboration with 10 countries, but we do hope that to increase it more. And our memorandum of understanding agreements that we sign with universities cover general aspect of collaboration, going from academic mobility, scientific collaboration for delivering, having joint scientific activities, and so on. Just some numbers regarding the incoming and outgoing academic mobility. On the left side of the screen, you can see the numbers related with the incoming academic mobility of students. So China is the first country in terms of number of students, followed by Kazakhstan and Italy. And you can see also the dynamic, the trend that we had in number of students that came to our university for academic mobility. On the right side, you can see our outgoing academic mobility. China is still the leading country, the most attractive, but it is followed by Spain and France. We do also have put in place some tools to boost academic mobility. Here, these are tools developed by our university with some funds. The three main tools listed here are first, the Ruden Brilliant Students, which is a scholarship that we offer to international students willing to study at university. These scholarships are given on competition basis. So Ruden University organized during the year Olympiads like competition for foreign students, and the students with the best results in this competition can obtain a scholarship to study at our university. The second way to boost academic mobility is the program called the Top Student Mobility, which is a scholarship that we offer to boost incoming mobility. So students that come to attract students to come to study at the premises of our university for one semester or the full academic year. And the last tool that we have in place is the Ruden International Scholarship, which is an instrument that we have developed to increase outgoing mobility. Regarding Erasmus Plus, as is also a crucial tool for us, instrument that we use for academic mobility and collaboration. We are very active in all actions of the Erasmus Plus program, both in international credit mobility, so the academic mobility instrument to help incoming and outgoing mobility of students and staff, and both in international projects like capacity building and Jean Monnet. So projects that also have a component of academic mobility and of course international collaboration. Just quickly some numbers about the Erasmus Plus program. Here are indicated that we have achieved during the years from 2018 to 2020. I'm not going to discuss very much detail.
You know what? My internet.
Just on in
so can you log
the number of mobilities due to the pandemic. Some mobilities were carried
You
out
log out and log in again.
into the environment.
Okay.
This is an example of Erasmus Plus project that we are implementing. This is a capacity building project named Taurus project, meaning training capacities in agriculture and urban-rural interactions for sustainable
Internet is unstable, so I went on to this for backup.
Project of almost 1 million euro financed by the European Union, the Erasmus Plus program. In the framework of this project, we had a consortium of university covering European and other regions of the world, including the Asian region. For instance, we have Russian universities like Ruden, Voronezh, Timiryazov Agricultural Academy, but also Asian University. In this specific case, we have two Chinese universities, Nanjing Forestry University and the Fujian Agriculture and Forestry University, with the collaboration, of course, with the European partners. So the coordinator is from Italy, the University of Tuscia, and the German and Dutch university.
Mario, the time is going very fast. So if you can come closer.
Okay, I'm just finishing. The second example of Erasmus project is another example with Indonesia. In this project, we organize international events in 2 years. And the coordinator is a university from Indonesia. But what I wanted to stress with this and the previous example is that this kind of collaboration can be done also with Thai universities. So it's a good way of collaboration between Russia and Thailand. I'm stopping here the presentation. I would like to thank all of you for the attention, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much.
Mario, thank you very much. Very interesting. And now we are going back to Bangkok, to Assumption University of Thailand. And we have Mr. Glenn Chatelier speaking. Please, floor is yours. We have your presentation, but we do not hear you. So your microphone is off.
Just a minute, okay. I joined on behalf of my president at Assumption University. And what I'm going to do is to give you a snapshot of the International Student Exchange Program. Mr. Chair, I may be violating one of your regulations, but do bear with me, okay, because I'm going to just take 10 minutes to run through one of the components of a rather, of a larger, richer international learning experience. Assumption University of Thailand is the first and the largest international university in the Kingdom of Thailand. And of course, we are very, very pleased that we have partner institutions like Siam University and the other state, the national university that join us in that chorus of international education for students across the globe. In my next slide, okay, I'm going to give you, I think, a very quick snapshot that we really represent an international community of scholars, and of course, we are spread across diverse academic disciplines. We have one Russian expert with us who teaches in our program of science and technology, and the other Russian expert, one of the who's who in the world of computer sciences, just retired because of his old age. In fact, he stepped down at the age of 78 from our university, and we are rather sad. Okay. In my next slide, if we could go to that, Anastasia, please. This is the top 10 nationality representation among the international students for the second semester of 2020, which is to say that it's the current holding of our international student bodies, the COVID pandemic notwithstanding. Okay, and as you can very clearly see, we are pretty strong on the Asian continent representations, including China and thus and so forth. And of course, we do have from the other continents of the world roughly about 6%. Okay, but the lion's share really of the 1,664 international students is from the Greater Asia region. And of course, we do have a couple from Russia as well. Okay, we look forward to increasing that proportion in terms of the total enrollments at the university. In my next slide, if Anastasia would kindly help me, you will see that we have sustained a study abroad program as one of the other components of the exchange with Loyola University of Maryland in the United States. And this program has really operated now, as you can see, from the year 1991. So we are running into our 30th year, though the statistics that I reflect on this graph reflect the period of 2016 to 2019. And unfortunately, in the year 2020, we couldn't go ahead with the program because of the pandemic. Okay, but this is a sample then of the other variants to the full-time, to the exchange, and then of course to the study abroad options that your students could have if they come to study with us. In the next slide, okay, what I'd like to reflect, if Anastasia would help to illustrate to me or to all of us, is that in the international exchange programs, which my office directly oversees on behalf of my president and in conjunction with the Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs, you will see that we've had a very robust semester basis exchange program. Okay, so the statistics that I'm reflecting to you gives us the window from 2015 to 2019. Okay, and as you could tell, because of certain global factors and regional factors, the number of exchange students dropped. And I do not know whether that was a precursory sign to the global pandemic, okay, that took over in 2020. But this really is a snapshot of our performance on the exchange program. Okay, and by the way, just let me add one detail. The first international program at Assumption University began in 1994. The first study abroad was in 1991. So really, as you can tell, we are perhaps one of the stronger universities in the overall fabric of the internationalization plus the study abroad and the exchange program. Let me go to my next slide, if I could do that. We do have a robust inbound and outbound exchange programs. And of course, by this you will understand that it is a reciprocal exchange program. Our partner institutions send students to us, and then we, in turn, return students to them. Okay, so this has been going on, as I said, since 1994 with United States, United Kingdom, France, Netherlands, Finland, Sweden, Austria, Germany. Okay, and in the next slide, you will see a spread of other countries as well. I would say that recently we've added countries such as Indonesia after the opening of Indonesia at the end of the 1990s. The Indonesian universities now would like their students to come and spend time in a neighboring Southeast Asian country, and we welcome them. Okay, Anastasia, could you go to the next slide, if you don't mind? Thank you. In the greater mix, you will see Poland, Slovenia, Vietnam, Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, and South Korea are the other countries that join in. Now, please understand that all of these exchange programs are spread over the programs in business administration, which is perhaps the largest program at our university, but also with science technology, with biotechnology, with engineering, communication arts, and the architecture program at our university has more of a kind of, if you will, the consortium of architectural universities coming together on exchanges of, conferences and uh, exhibitions, or what they call the thesis projects. So the spread of the exchange programs are kind of varied. Could I go to the next slide, please? Okay, not to miss out on Australia and New Zealand, which is to say that Australasia is also a part of our fabric of exchange programs. We've had robust collaborations with Australia, and with New Zealand, what we do is with Lincoln University, we exchange in the area of hospitality tourism and in research projects with these countries. So we tend to kind of keep the diversity mix rather strong. In my next slide, okay, if Anastasia would help me with that, let me put it this way, that the faculties and deans and chairpersons, in other words, the academic units select the students based on academic qualifications of GPAs of at least 2.5 on a broad scale of 4, at least 2.5 on 4. The credits earned at least must be 60. Okay, and of course, because we use English across all our degree programs, IELTS and TOEFL are pretty much strong requirements for us. I would say spread out between 6.5 as the minimum to 7 for the IELTS, and TOEFL 550 to about 650 on the computer-based testing. Okay. In the next slide, what I wish to reflect is that we also have strong exchange programs with Japan, because we do have one established program in business Japanese. So as you can see that we require students to at least possess a competency of the Japanese language at level 3. And then we also have the French and the Chinese exchange programs where professors come with their students to spend time at our university. So it's a very broad exchange program to add to the existing diversity of our internationalization. In the next slide, if Anastasia would be kind enough to help us, is that, as I said, the faculty deans, chairs, or the academic advisors counsel the students. And then, of course, what we do share with the students is the course descriptions and the materials of the partner institutions, the credit values, the transfer of credits, and of course, the dean approves the study plan. Okay, so, and my office kind of complies with the academic requirements, and we become more like the clearing house to facilitate the flow of the exchange programs. Okay, so that is the academic process involved. In my next slide, what I do hope to reflect to you is far more of the support that we give, the list of our institutions, and I invite you to visit the university website, go specifically to the Office of International Affairs website, and you will see that we have the entire process spelled out over there. But to ensure the language competencies of our students, we do have interviews with them, even in the Japanese language, for those students headed to Japan, and then in the English language to anyone going to the United States, Europe, or anywhere to the greater Asia continent. Okay, and we counsel the students on the visa application process. Okay, and of course, we do not arrange student visas. So that's a disclaimer that I've got to establish just so that we understand the process far more clearly. In my next slide, if Anastasia would help me with that, what we do is the outbound students pay their fees at Assumption University. They travel and study at the partner universities free for the equivalent amounts of credits registered at AU. And of course, what we do is to recognize the standards of our partner institutions, and therefore we automatically transfer of the credits and the value of the grade within the minimum pass into the Assumption University degree. And the greatest miracle is this, that our students then attach their transfer institution or the exchange institution transcript to the Assumption University transcript, and that gets them a passport into further degree studies. We have one case right now, even in the COVID pandemic, of one of our students who went on exchange to the United States, but has been enrolled in Rotterdam University in the Netherlands. Okay, so it's miraculous. Even though it was the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, she was able to still be admitted, and she's right there now studying. Okay, and a couple of other students are in Germany, and we've just received a German exchange student, pandemic notwithstanding. Okay, Anastasia, would you help me with the next slide, please? Okay. Now, the responsibilities of the outbound students is that they pay university and tuition fees at AU. They pay the housing fees at Assumption University. And our partner institutions provide the free housing. And when the partner institution sends students to us, then we house them free. Okay? So we pay for the visa fees and the student pays for the visa fees and the air tickets. And they also pay for all the overseas living expenses. They pay the related academic costs such as books, etc. And of course, they should be covered by the International Medical and Accident Insurance. I can share with you that my office has dealt with a couple of scary situations of some of our full-time enrolled students, who have contracted the COVID pandemic. But thankfully, they were covered by strong insurance packages, and they are doing well. They are well on the road to recovery by now, if not total recovery. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. So we have to wrap up your presentation, please.
Okay. So I'll give you my last slide then. Okay. Contact us at oia.au.edu and email us at oia@au.edu. And I would share, Mr. Chair, your optimism that beyond the pandemic, we are ready to engage with the world, including Russia, our dear friend and partner country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And we are going back to Moscow, to Financial University. This particular university yesterday somehow celebrated its 102nd birthday. So our congratulations to Financial University, and we have Lilia Prihodkov, the head of the International Cooperation Department. Lilia Vasilyevna, the floor is yours. Do we have colleagues from Financial University? Okay, then maybe we move forward, and then we will be back when our colleagues will be back. So then let's go to back to Thailand, to PIM.
Dmitry, we are here. Can you hear us?
Yes, please.
First of all, sorry, we had a small break in the connection. Can you hear us well right now?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, great. Let me just share my screen. Can you see the presentation?
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, dear colleagues. It's a little bit difficult to speak after many presenters because we all express our high motivation to set up a successful and mutually beneficial cooperation with between Russian and Thai universities. And the ideas that we share are very close to academic mobility programs. And I would like to share you the experience of Financial University under the government of Russian Federation. And I hope I will manage to add some new points that we didn't discuss yet, but which have been, of course, covered to some extent by my colleagues. Okay, financial university under the government of Russian Federation. Here are our key figures. And I have to say that despite of our official name, financial university, our educational profile is much broader. You can see on the slide our programs that have been recognized by the academic ranking of QS. And you will see not only finance, but also economics, econometrics, management, business, social studies. We also have programs in law, in IT, in mathematics. But historically, we have a brand name of financial university. Just 2 days ago, we have celebrated our birthday, and we had 102 years of our history, and we celebrated that. So you can imagine that during this history, we add many different programs and faculties in our universities, but the brand name is very well known in Russia, and that's why we're still the financial university. About our key figures, we are very international, and internationalization is one of our strategic goals. We do have partnership with universities from 45 countries. We have around 1,400 international students from 86 countries. We develop program in English. 5 of them currently are completely taught in English for all students, for international and Russian students. And 9 of them, they have special modules that are taught in English, especially for academic mobility programs and for international students. We do believe that academic mobility program is a background to set up the mutually beneficial interinstitutional cooperation. And these are our these are the classical way to develop academic mobility programs. And so we do believe that we have a lot of experience in that, and we would be very happy to share that and explore them and develop them with our colleagues from Thailand. Exchange program. We usually say that this is kind of a first step in development of strategic interinstitutional cooperation, because this is quite simply can be organized by educational institution, but it gives a lot of possibility to know each other better, to understand their procedures, the quality assurance procedures, enrollment procedures, understand how the adaptation of international students is organized in the universities. So we usually recommend, and we are usually very motivated to start our academic mobility cooperation with exchange programs. Currently, we work with 60 different partners from different countries. You can see them on the slides, and we would be happy if Thailand will be next country on this map. Double degree programs, it's not easy to be done. I mean, in terms of time, in terms of resources and resources required and time consuming. But we believe it provides a lot of possibilities for our students, for students from our partner universities. We do have more than 20 double degree programs. And I have to say that we put a lot of attention to the quality assurance procedures, to the adaptation procedures of international students. We put a lot of attention to the quality of these double degree programs. We work with our partners in US, in Europe, in Asia. We don't have yet the double degree program, for example, with our partners from Vietnam, from South Korea. we would like to explore our double degree program to the more to the east, because we do build, because we see the clear demand to study also in our with our Asian partners here in Moscow in financial universities. The students would like to be competitive and they see the market globally. And so we see that there is a lot of interest to study in Asian region. So that's, we do believe would be another key strategic goal, key strategic objectives for us for future development. Of course, very important that this program are organized on the base of credit transfer procedures and quality assurance, principle of quality assurance and comparison of them. And that's, as I already said, help us to be sure that our double degree programs are highly, have a good quality and provide our students a wonderful possibility to get new competencies and to be competitive, to be competitive on the global labor market. We do have a special language program. We start with a special course of Russian language summer school. It was, we started this project 5 years ago, and it was quite effective. And currently we organize different kind of summer schools. Some of them taught in Russian, some of them are dedicated to the Russian language study, some of them taught in English. Of course, the topics could be very much different. You can see on the slide some examples. Of course, the pandemic influenced much the academic mobility programs, and we moved most of mobility programs online, especially short courses and language courses. And currently, we quite effective work with our partners online as well. But still, we all hope when we're discussing the future of international programs, we all hope that the borders will be reopened again, because of course, for mobility programs, it's very important to exchange knowledge, to provide some learning competencies, but also very important to get some intercultural competencies, intercommunication competencies. And that's why our partners and students from our partner institutions are really hoping that when the borders will be reopened again, we will be again back to face-to-face communication and face-to-face program. But definitely we see that the educational world will never be the same again. We found that the online mode of studies has its own advantages. It's very flexible. It's very much easier to be organized in terms of migration procedures and additional costs for our students to come to Russia, to live in Russia. So it has its own advantages, and we definitely understand that we will organize this project both online and offline. So we have decided to rename our summer school project to the Educational Holidays Project. So understanding that it will be now available during the whole period of the year. So not only in summer, but also winter, autumn, spring, when it's convenient for our students and for our partners. We also put a lot of attention to the research projects of our students, and we do organize a lot of research activities with our partner institution. For example, we have very, to my mind, very valuable for our international cooperation project that jointly organized with the Worcester Polytechnic Institute in US. When we have a group of students which work on the joint research, and research is could be focused on different kind of fields. You can see the our recent project on the slide. They were in the field of HR, in fintech, in ecology, in social modeling, so different kind of project. We usually have companies from the real business who are giving us the assignment for this project, and the students from both institutions work together. And we see that it's extremely valuable for research competencies, for research skills of our students. And now we are discussing with our different partners the possibility to organize such similar project with other institutions. And I have to say that not only us, we see the real value of such initiatives, but also our students, both students from, in this case, from US and from Russia, they really see that they have like practical project-based learning, and they find it very effective and very useful for their professional development.
Lilia Vasilyevna, time is running.
Yes, 1 minute to be finished. We have a lot of short-term programs as well. You can see some pictures from our recent initiative with University of Cologne in Kindai University in Japan. Finalizing, I have to say that mobility programs is not only about students, it's also about professors. And we do have a visiting professors program, both from, for our professors, and we invite professors from our partner institutions. And we really hope that our colleagues from Thailand will find it very interesting for the starting of our discussion about possible future cooperation. So given the time limit that I have, I hope I presented the main sphere of possible cooperation, and I'm looking forward for the question and for the further discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And again, congratulations to Financial University with your 102nd birthday yesterday.
Thanks a lot.
Good. So we are going back to Thailand, and we have Miss Kim Eskobin Kiativongsri from International Office of Panyapivat Institute of Management. Please, floor is yours.
Sorry. Yes, hi. Thank you, Dimitri, and thank you to the organizing team for arranging such a nice forum for everyone to get together. So my name is Kim, and this is my colleague Korn, who will be assisting me today. We are responsible for the international relations at PIM, or Panyapivat Institute of Management. I would like to give a quick interview of PIM, followed by sharing the details of VLED, the Virtual Leadership Entrepreneurship Development Program. And this is a story about how we modified our exchange program incorporating distance learning. So let me start by introducing the CP Group. We are a corporate university of the CP Group, and the CP Group is the largest conglomerate in Thailand with a global footprint. We have about 300,000 staff all over the world working for the CP Group. Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we are fully accredited by the Ministry of Education, and our courses are approved by the Office of Higher Education Commission. What's different to us, how do we move the screen, the slide? Next. Okay, so we use work-based education in our university. This is simply put, our founder, Mr. Karsak Chairasmisap, and he is also the founder of 7-Eleven here in Thailand. So if anyone to Thailand and has walked into one of the 7-Elevens that's part of the group, he looked at the different education systems over the world, and he selected the Japanese way and the German way within the Thai context to develop our unique work-based education model. Next, please. Okay, here are our students. And okay. So these are our 10 faculties, 37 bachelor degree programs. We have the Faculty of Business Administration, which comprises 60% of our students roughly. And we have the Faculty of Food Business Management, Engineering and Technology, Liberal Arts, which is mainly languages in Japanese, Chinese, and English. We have the Faculty of Management Sciences, which includes hospitality and tourism management, among others, like aviation business management. We have a Faculty of Communication Arts, Faculty of Education, Faculty of Innovative Agricultural Management, and the Faculty of Agro-Industry, and the Logistics Faculty as well. So we have 20,000 students right now coming from 29 countries around the world. And it is our hope that one day we will have some from Russia as well. Okay. Let me just change to our... How do I... Is it this one? This one. No. This is not it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We'll move on to this one. Okay, so let me continue to talk about VLED. So when COVID-19 hit Thailand, we closed the universities physically, but continued to work and learn from home as many all over the world did. And I experienced directly how important it is to be adept with technological skills in order to carry out our mission forward. So the work and learning environment is continually under development, as we know, and capabilities enabling professionals to benefit from a technology-rich work or learning environment and have cultural competence is not just nice, but is now becoming a precondition for participating in the global marketplace. So this is where we started off when we began developing VLED. As important partners for the industries, as you all know, universities qualify the managers of tomorrow. So VLED addresses the increasing need to integrate innovative learning approaches into the curriculum. And simply speaking, at first, we were responding to requests from our Japanese partners who had an internship component in their program, which we delivered for them. So PIM has been organizing this learning experience for several years, and we needed a way to continue our cooperation. So this involved creating realistic but virtual international learning settings using digital technologies. VLED offered a variety of opportunities for students to develop their intercultural competence as well as skills in communicating internationally in English. VLED was able to connect students and professors in different countries during this difficult time. So in the next slides, I will share the details of the 3 VLED programs that we have implemented. And the third one is actually going on right now. The first day was in fact yesterday. The first VLED we had was last year from the 1st to the 3rd of September. And the main topic or the main tour is about retail business. We had 7 countries participating from 12 universities, including our own, and we had 29 participants. As for the tool, we used the same Zoom application. The VLED participants were from Japan, Myanmar, Korea, Laos, and Thailand. So that's Soka University, Sophia University, Waseda, Osaka Prefecture, Myanmar Noble University, Hankook University of Foreign Studies, and from Laos is the National University of Laos and our own institute, PIM. We also had observers from our partners in New Zealand, several more from Japan, another one from Myanmar accompanying their student, and the Hong Kong Vocational Training Council. Here are the highlights, some snapshots that we had. So basically we had some online lectures, we had some online virtual company visits, and all online or virtual cultural visits as well and company visits. We led them around the Grand Palace. We developed our own content, and some of them we delivered live as well. Most of our communication was done through the Zoom application, but we also invited them to join the Facebook group, which is a private group. We also issued official certificates of participation, as you can see here. And we had some PR. We had some publicity increase within Thailand. This is one that was published by True Plupanya. The second VLED was a little over a month after, in October, the end of October. And this time, we had 10 countries participating, which is an increase, and 14 universities coming from those countries. And the participants also increased. Here we are. Japan was also in the mix, along with Indonesia, Diponegro University. We have Korea. Hankook was also there again, but a different batch of students. And from Cambodia, CamEd Business School from the Philippines, Ateneo de Davao. Belgium was also joining university colleges Leuven and Limburg. And Taiwan, we have the Chinese Culture University, Tsinghua University, and Minchuan University. From the Netherlands, we had the Advanced University of Applied Science, and of course, our own students from PIM.
Kim, you have 1 minute.
Right, thank you. So the theme of the VLED 2 is innovative agricultural business. So the lectures and the activities were focused more on food. And then the students are to give some cultural presentation about their own countries. The third VLED is currently ongoing, and this carries the topic of health and wellness. We were able to capture a screenshot of the participants just yesterday. So they are representing 10 countries from 14 universities. Overall, we have 27 participants. So thank you very much for your kind attention. We would like to use this time to invite you to the next VLED. And in fact, the next step for us is, since for VLED, we focus mostly on students, the next step would be a virtual seminar with experts from partner universities sharing to our students. So we do it vice versa. Please do keep in touch, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very interesting experience, and I'm sure we will try to join you. Thank you. And now we are going to the Volga region of Russia, to the city of Kazan, the Kazan Federal University, and we have advisor on international affairs, Linar Latipov. Linar Nailevich, the floor is yours. Do we have?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes,
please?
yes, please, welcome.
Time I haven't seen you. Okay. Okay, here is the presentation of the Kazan University. I will do it very quickly, and I would like to stress some points of importance, in my view, of thinking for future cooperation. As you may know, Kazan Federal University, next slide, please, is one of the oldest universities in Russia. It was established in 1804. You may see here the roadmap of development of the university. We have highest decorations of Russia for science and education. Next slide, please. Kazan University is a classical university. That is, we have practically all branches of science in which we train scientists. It's a research-based university. In general, I would like to tell you that all Russian universities now, they enjoy the time of Renaissance, so-called, when the stress is made on research, and then on the basis of research, education. Next slide, please. It's a big university. We have 726 buildings. Just imagine, it's huge university with huge campus and over 50,000 students and 11,000 international students. Please, next slide. We have dormitories, we have sport facilities, that is all utensils for living and happy study of students, of Russian students and international students. Next, please. Yes, next. We have the university TV, which, by the way, you can find it on the internet or on cable TV. It's 24-hour, all around clock TV station of students. Please, next. These are the major branches of science and education where we along which we develop the university. It's social sciences, oil production, because we're oil producing republic, info communications, advanced materials, it's nanotechnologies, biomedicine. Next. Kazan University is one of unique universities of Russia because we have 5 stars plus ranking of QS. That is, if we take, for instance, rankings of the hotels, 5 stars hotels, so we have 5 stars university plus. That is, we have excellent estimation of QS practically in all directions of development of the university. Next slide. Yes, here you may see some rankings on subject matters in QS and World University rankings. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes, we have 486 cooperation agreements with 372 partners from 70 countries. You may see here our major partners. Next slide. Next slide. Yes, and we have an example of some double degree programs. For instance, with Strasbourg University, we have the program, double degree program in Master of Science in Chemoinformatics and Molecular Modeling. It's only one of the examples. Next. With University of London, we have a cooperation also in double degree international program, Economics, International Business. Next, please. In petroleum engineering with Imperial College of London, we have a joint program. Next. Here you may see some of our ways of cooperation. We have a huge university, a huge institute for petroleum engineering and petroleum studies. Next. Some major companies in the field of petrochemistry which cooperate with us. By the way, Kazan University is a unique university which has its own production facilities. For instance, we have a production facility in the field of chemistry together with Nizhny-Kamsk-Neftekhim. That is, we produce catalyzers, we sell them, and we have benefit from that. Next slide. Here, a very interesting slide, by the way. I would like to stop on this. Look at the joint publications. That is where, if we take 3 years, we have 111 joint publications with scientists from Thailand. Just imagine 111 joint publications in the field of physics, astronomy, 100 publications, engineering, 12, computer science and mathematics. What does it mean? It means that professors, they find each other in different ways and they start joint research. And the results of joint research are published in Scopus indicated journals. Again, joint research. And you know, colleagues, I have quite a lot of experience in international relations. And I will tell you, in the field of relations between the universities, nothing happens without cooperation of professors. That is professor to professor cooperation. And professors, you can't make them, force them to do this or that research. Driving force of any professor of research is interest, scientific interest. And just imagine 111 publications, that it means that Thailand professors and scientists and Russian scientists, they have found joint interest. And that is very important. That is why what I propose probably next time during or in between these meetings, we should arrange some seminars in specific fields of science, for instance, in advanced materials or petrochemical industries or biomedicine, genomic, engineering. Now we do this very successfully with Chinese scientists from Iran, from Morocco, from Cuba. Why don't we arrange such kind of seminars together also with the scientists in Thailand? And certainly what is important that then professors, they bring students. That is, if the professors start cooperation, immediately their disciples, their students, their graduate students, master degree students, they start cooperating between themselves, and they come and visit Kazan University, and we visit Thailand universities. We have two good relations with Mahido University, Zonkla University. Next slide. Okay, in short, dear colleagues, let's focus on, let's help professors to find professors in different kind of activities. That's my final word. And thank you very much, and welcome for cooperation with Kazan University. All the information is on the website of the universities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We ran out of time, but we are moving. I mean, we don't need breaks. We can move forward. So we are going back to St. Petersburg, to Peter the Great Polytechnic University. And we have Elena Iopel, Director of Center of Examination of Foreign Education Documents. Please, Elena Alexandrovna, floor is yours.
Can you see the presentation? Hello?
Not yet.
No. Pardon.
You have to share your screen.
Yes, I know. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Dear colleagues, I'm glad to see you. My name is Elena Iopele, and I'm Director of the Center for Credential International Evaluation of the Peter the Great St. Petersburg Polytechnic University. And today I would like to share with you our experience of credentials evaluation and recognition. First of all, several words about our university. Peter the Great St. Petersburg Polytechnical University is in top 3 among Russian universities by the number of international students. We have more than 8,500 students from 120 countries. And to be admitted to educational program and to work in Russian Federation, all holders of international credentials need to recognize them. According to the Russian legislations, there is the following system of credentials recognition. I will try to explain it now. First case is when there is multilateral or bilateral agreement on mutual recognition of foreign qualifications between Russian Federation and the country where the documents were issued. Now we have more than 70 agreements like that in Russian Federation. The second case is when credentials were issued by one of the leading world universities. We have special lists. They are approved by Russian government, and they include more than 200 higher education institutions, more than 200 higher education institutions from 21 countries. In both of these cases, all Russian higher education institutions can recognize foreign qualifications by themselves. But for example, we do not have such agreements with Thailand. And in this case, our international students and employers need to undergo through the procedure of credentials recognitions in Moscow and need to get special certificates on recognition issued by Federal Service for Supervision in Education and Science. But in Russia, we have quite a comprehensive system. In Russia, we have 52 higher education institutions which have special status like national research universities, federal universities, and so on. And these universities can recognize whatever documents by themselves. Our university is one of them. And it's a big opportunity because we can make decisions quickly, we can control the whole process, and it is much cheaper for our students. But at the same time, it is a big responsibility for all decisions that are made by specialists of our center. Our center has a really long history. We have been functioning since the year 1998. We work for more than 20 years. And at this slide, I want to show you our statistics for the year 2019, because year 2020 was quite contradictory for all of us. And I think these indicators show better main functions of my division. Our key task is international credential evaluation for academic purposes. But we can perform this task only when we have originals of documents, localizations, translations, when actually borders are opened and real students can come to our department. The second task is international credential evaluation, like preliminary credential evaluation. We make it on the basis of scanned copies of documents, and we make it when our prospective students are still in their country of origin. As well, we evaluate documents of those who want to work at our university, and our department is responsible for ensuring recognition of diplomas of Petersburg Racing Petersburg Polytechnical University abroad. Therefore, we issue joint European diploma supplements for our graduates. And I can say they are used not only for European countries, but as well for United States, Canada, countries of Latin American region, Asian countries, and so on. What is credential evaluation about? What do we check during this procedure? We need to check a set of documents, legalization, translation, correctness of all information. We need to be sure that higher education institution is accredited and that the program has necessary accreditation. We need to try to do everything to be sure that documents are authentic, that they are not fraudulent. We have special technical equipment at our department to do it. And as well, we have a lot of samples of different educational documents. We have a really huge database of samples. Actually, we have more than 50,000 of scanned copies of different documents from more than 160 countries. As well, sometimes we need to send requests to foreign ministries of education, different education bodies, accreditation agencies, embassies, universities, information centers, for example, centers of ENIC-NARIC network, and so on. We need to know very well foreign education system, and we need to know the rights, academic rights that the person has in the country where documents were issued. It's very, very important. And sometimes we involve to credential evaluation representatives of different education departments of our university. The procedure of recognition of foreign education in our university actually is a little bit wider, and it consists of 4 stages. The first stage is preliminary international credential evaluation. The second is entrance examination. If everything is okay with these 2 stages, a person can be admitted to university program. And then there is a stage of international credential evaluation. And the unique feature of our university is that we extended the period of credential evaluation procedure completion. It's extended by half of a year, and it is now, it is till 1st of January of the first year of study. But this year, of course, due to the pandemic situation, we extended this period till the 1st of September of the year 2021. I mean, for those students that were admitted to the program in 2020. I can say that this algorithm, this scheme was developed a long time ago, but it really works very well, and it helped us in 2020 because the numbers of international credential evaluation decreased, of course, and the numbers of preliminary international credential evaluations grew very, very significantly. And we really hope that this system will allow our students to complete this procedure soon, that they will be able to arrive. I mean, those who are distant and who are studying distantly. I hope that...
Alexandrovna, полминуты.
Yes, I'm almost done. So I hope that they will complete this procedure. And in conclusion, I want to say that I hope that all these guarantees reasonable credential evaluation decisions and high quality of credential evaluation at our university. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. The experience of Polytechnic University in credential evaluation is very well known, in Russia at least. Thank you. And we are going to our last speaker. In the south of Russia, to the city of Voronezh, to Voronezh State University, where Natalia Ushkova will tell us about academic mobility in the wonderful university. Please, floor is yours.
Okay. Wow, it is very sunny here today. So I'm glad to represent Voronezh State University and our experience and capacities in the sphere of academic exchange. So Voronezh State University is located in the city of Voronezh. It is 500 kilometers to the south from Moscow. According to the Russian distances, it's very close. Just a moment. You see, to be close to the capital is not the last factor influencing the attractiveness of Voronezh State University. From the point of view of academic mobility. Of course, it's not the first one. Voronezh State University is over 100 years old. 2 years ago, we celebrated our anniversary. And VSU began its history with academic mobility. It's interesting fact that in 1918, the university was moved to the city of Voronezh from the city of Yuriv. It is modern Tartu in Estonia. Today, Voronezh State University is the largest university in the region, which includes research institutes and laboratories, museums, scientific and production centers. We even own a nature reserve that is entered in Guinness Book of Records. You see that just we're a very huge university. The academic infrastructure is represented by 17 faculties and a whole range of educational programs, of which there are more than 600. VSU implements education programs at all levels of study. Teaching with these programs is conducted in Russian. However, for international students studying at VSU as a part of exchange programs, faculties offer courses taught in different subject areas in English. You see today, some figures connected with our university. Today, the university has over 20,000 students, 1,000 of whom are international students. And we have been teaching international students for 60 years. During this time, 15,000 international students from 141 countries of the world, including Thailand, by the way, have been trained at VSU. So VSU has over 200 international agreements with universities from different parts of the world. But unfortunately, we do not have any agreements with Thai universities. We hope that in the nearest future that the situation will be changed. So at this stage, the academic exchange of students and teachers is carried out of under 46 exchange programs with universities from Europe, the USA, India, Africa, and Asia. You see that the duration of academic mobility programs normally is 1 or 2 semesters. We welcome and send over 100 students every year. About 200 teachers and professors participate in academic mobility programs for the purpose of teaching, internship, participation in international events, and research. Of course, due to the pandemic, the number of mobility has decreased, but we are mastering a new form of mobility, the distance one. And this academic year, students from Turkey, Germany, and France are studying in the format of distance mobility at our university. This is a new form for us, and just we'll see the results at the end of the year. Almost every mobile students has an individual education path, which involves studying at different faculties, as well as a transfer of learning outcomes. We do not have any specially set scholarship program, just as our colleagues in Rudan, for example, do, but VSU has an agreements with some partners to provide parity financial support for mobile students. These are agreements that provide students and teachers as well with free accommodation, monthly stipend, cover the cost of textbooks, and provide free meals sometimes. This is from the side of our partners. There are different arrangements that are due to set agreements with the universities. Then this slide shows the areas of study that are most popular among exchange students. This is first of all, they study Russian studies. Subjects from this area are chosen by almost all incoming students. Also international students are interested in such areas as international relations and regional economics, informational system and technologies, nuclear physics, and nanomaterials. But of course, the range of courses we are offered rather wide, which is wider than are demonstrated here. I mentioned that we offer courses in English. They are not the special study programs, just courses from different areas of study. And there is one program that is fully offered in English. This is Business in Emerging Markets. This program was designed together with our Austrian partner. This is University of Applied Sciences, Ioannium from Graz. Russian language studies. There are 3 options for learning Russian here at Voronezh State University. Probably it would be interesting for our Thai colleagues and their students when they will just think about cooperation with Russian universities, in particular Voronezh State University. Well, VSU has a system of curators for exchange students. Russian students, this is Buddy Club that unites Russian students who help international exchangees to adapt a new environment. And just to be very brief and to say some words in conclusion, I would like to note that the opportunity to participate in academic exchange programs is one of the competitive advantages of Voronezh State University and just any university. We questioned our students and many of them point to the availability of such programs as one of the factors that influenced the choice of our university. Based on this point and choice of students, as well as on the basis of discussion with our partners on needs for better development of cooperation within the framework of signed inter-university agreements, VSU is actively developing academic exchange with partner universities around the world. And of course, is interested in development partnership with universities from Thailand. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Very interesting.
I tried to be brief.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we finished the program. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for discussion. So I think we will slowly move to short-term programs and try to talk there. We have much less presentations in the second session and more time for discussion. So my first wish is to thank all presenters, and I hope that all of you will join me in thanking them. And let us meet in, well, 12 minutes, 12:05 Russian time, Moscow time, sorry, Russia is the country. As moderator of the second session, I can skip my opening remarks. So 12:05 in 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Good. See you soon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, time has come to start the second session about short-term programs. We have new speakers, new representatives of universities, and well, our first speaker comes from St. Petersburg. It will be, to my mind, the best, the most outstanding experience and example of Russian summer school. It is summer school of Peter the Great, St. Petersburg Polytechnic University, and Olga Yemelyanova is with us today. Olga Gennadievna, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dmitry. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to see you and to listen to you. And do you see my presentation? Yeah?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. I'm very happy, and I would like to tell you about the summer school and the role of summer schools in comprehensive internationalization of our university, and the case and about the experience of Polytech as a case for development of summer schools and the impact of summer school at the internationalization. I'd like to begin with the analysis of the context of higher education, internal context of higher education, and you see, and we know that from the one side there is a growing share of students in higher education, and it is the meeting of the society call for increased access and equity and solidarity and values in cooperation and development of the human capital. But from the other side, another feature of development of higher education is the elitism of higher education, when the universities are the competitors striving for the excellence in research, teaching, and learning. And our university, Polytech, St. Petersburg Polytech University, feeling these tendencies very much, because we are really the big university with the cohort of students more than 30,000. But at the same time, we are participants of all the excellence programs, national excellence programs, and we are very much concerned about the ranking of the university, about the leading positions in research, and so on. And when we are talking about the global context, the global educational market, where the universities and students, we also see that from the university, we are in competition for finding, for talents, for researchers. And so we are, from the other one side, have to export our education to develop the internationalization. And in spite we are competitors, we have to be partners. We have to establish alliances with other universities, otherwise we can't reach our goals. From the other side, we are, the universities are embedded in the national and local context in terms of development of the human capitals, in terms of the social role of the universities and needs of the national economies. Looking at the demand for education, we see the another picture. We see, according to the research made by Pearson Agency, we see that the students could be also are in the positions. There are the Western point of view on education and Eastern point of view on education. So Western students, Western means not only European, but all English-speaking countries, including New Zealand and Australia and Canada. More and more students and people suppose that they could be successful in their lives without higher education. They want to manage their careers themselves. They think that they can get knowledge from the short courses or modeled programs in the every point of their life when they have need for some competencies or for some knowledges. And so the trajectory of career is not more linear. But in East, and East now meaning in this research, meaning not only Asian Pacific region, but also Latin America. The trust to higher education is very high, and the diploma of high ranked and reputed university is the key path for the successful career and for the future life. And so it's important, and I would like to underline that the summer schools, they are in the middle. They can afford universities to reach both categories of Eastern and Western students, offering them short courses, lifelong learning, but an academic product. So because they are at academic product, academic courses, full credited courses, they meet the waitings and needs of Eastern students, but in terms of the courses are short, the courses are cross-cultural, the courses could provide the soft skills, and this meet the waitings and needs of the Western students. And so the main goals of summer schools is first of all marketing. So I told we can reach the students. We are trying for the funds, and summer schools could bring the extra funds for universities. And what is also is very, very important, summer schools work for the internationalization of the university. And in terms of internationalization, the summer schools is a tool, very smart tool, because they work, could develop internationalization abroad, and it was so before the pandemic. We developed this elite sector of academic mobility, international cooperation. I told elite sector because academic mobility could afford about 3–5% of the total cohort of students. And what is also is very important, summer schools could develop and promote the development of internationalization at home. I mean, everything in terms of curricula, in terms of development of local students and faculties, in terms of development of international environment. And we here in SPBPU used to consider the summer school as a window shop of our university, where we can demonstrate our all the fields of studies and all the researches and our potential in every field. So it could be civil engineering, natural science, humanities, ITs, energy technologies, everything. And in every field of study, we have several courses. The courses very much demanding among our international students. In the year 2019, we had more than 30 international programs, and for summer school, the cohort of students of summer school was more than 1,000. And we moved forward to the elite segment. We bared the idea of graduate summer school. Some figures about our progress in this and about the demand from different students and changes in the trends within the demand of our students. You can see on this slide, so the growth of the number of students and change of the share. And anyhow, we use different strategies to reach Eastern students, and we keep our liberal values to attract European students. And through these years, I would say 7 years of the strategic development on the way of the promotion of our summer school, we can do some conclusions on the impact of summer school of comprehensive internationalization of our university. And we are very proud about this. And we try, and I'd like to underline that the success is on both, in both segments. Mass segment with the focus of the broad number of summer courses and students, and elite segment when we are developing the PhD programs, master degree programs. So when we provide, do our graduate school in different fields, thinking about the young PhD and future researchers of our university. Just to demonstrate how it works, I'd like to present maybe our best case. It's a plasma physics course, and we began 6 years ago with 5 international students, and it was very difficult to attract students for such a difficult field of study, especially within the summer. But developing our partnership with international organizations, with our international partners, working hard on the quality of the course, monitoring every time the feedback of students and needs of our professors too. We came that in 2019 we got 35 students, but we went further, and we this year we will launch the first graduate summer school on plasma physics, but we also keep this mass sector. So now we will have 2 summer school courses, one for the mass market and one for the upper market for the young researchers. And you can see that within this way, we got an English program, the master degree program in English on plasma physics, and joined PhD program, a Russian-Japan PhD program, and strong partnership with the International Atomic Energy agencies, because the expert from this agency accredited our course, and the experts teach within our summer school on plasma physics. And so everything was okay, and we moved forward according to our plans, and looked for the new markets and for new investigations, and we were full of optimism before the year 2020. And we all are at the same situation, but for the summer school, which is strongly oriented on the academic mobility, it was crucial. The closing border were crucial for the success. And last spring for us was a very hard period when we understood and realized that we need to change everything, that we need to change the strategy of attracting students. We need to revise all the courses in order to choose for summer school the courses which could be taught online without loss of quality, because the quality is our main feature. And we had to offer a huge social and cultural program, because when we are talking about the summer schools, social and cultural programs component of summer schools is very, very important. The students come here not only for knowledge, but also for networking, for social activities, for tourism, and so on. And we kept somehow our activity. Last year we had more than 300 students participating at our online summer schools. And the main lessons we learned from this situation were the focus on the internationalization at home. Especially when we are talking about the curricula, and it is the same for both math and allied segments. In short period of time, we succeed to found the faculties who are able to create the courses which could be delivered online, and that were the new courses, and it was our success. And development of the internationalization at home, development of the students, development of international environment, development of faculties and language competencies of every participant from our side bring us the success in the future. So we broaden our cooperation. We could offer more opportunities either for students or for partners, for every participant, and we can find new ways and new fields of development of our work.
Olga, you have 1 minute.
Okay, and I finished. And just and the second was the continuing monitoring of needs and thought of the main stakeholders. I mean, not only students and faculties, but international partner organization as the university or industrial companies or international association. So this was the last slide, and I would like to understand. That development of summer school could could provide the sustainability for both sectors of higher education, and to promote the cooperation between different universities and between different social groups of society. Yeah. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Olga. As always, very, very cool example. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we are going to Bangkok, to Siam University. We have speaker from there, Yahing Sauheni, Deputy Director for International Affairs and Assistant to President. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. A very good afternoon from Bangkok, from Thailand. Myself, I'm Ying Sani, you can call me Sonia. I'm the Deputy Director for International Affairs. And it has been a privilege and an honor for joining us at the first Rectors Forum of Russia and Thailand. It's you can say that Siam University is a private university in Thailand, and we are the top 5 private university. We are located in Bangkok and at the Pasicharan district, and it's very well accessible and very feasible for the students. Can I have next slide, please? Thank you. Our 3 main pillars of Siam University is employability, diversity, and sustainability. We have only 1 campus that's located in Bangkok, and that's our website. And the main motto is fostering for a brighter future. And we offer from the undergraduate program to the graduate program to postgraduates. We have around 15,000 students. Can I have next slide? So as I said, there are 3 main pillars of Siam University. That's employability, diversity is the second one, and the third one is sustainability. Employability, we work very closely with the students for cooperative education internship. And we believe that the students really have to get jobs, and if possible, right now they're all working up for the startup and entrepreneurs. And diversity, we have more than 1,000 international students. And sustainability is we work along with the community districts, and we work with the associations like IAU. We work under the SDG, which is Higher Education Sustainable Development Goals. So we believe in fulfilling the SDG 17 goals by 2030. And these are the 3 pillars of Siam University. Can I have next slide? So we are offering 14 different schools, under which we have like Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Science, Nursing, Pharmacy, Business Administration, Law, Communication Arts, Liberal Arts, Information Technology, Medicine, Performing Arts, and under the International College, we have Business and Hotel and Tourism and Graduate School. So if the students are interested, we can also offer like a short-term program for Business Administration or Hotel and Tourism Management. We can have a credit transfer system also for that. I'll go further about it. Can we have next slide? So under the diversity, as I have mentioned, we have more than 1,000 international students from 53 countries. And under this, we have also the UMAP Peace Study and Diplomacy Program. UMAP stands for University Mobility Asia Pacific. We have also established the ASEAN Study Center. We are the member of IAU, IAUP. These are the international associations. ASAHIL, GUNI. GUNI stands for Global University Network of Innovation. And our business school is a member of ACSB. And we also the member of SUN Thailand Sustainable University Network, AFIET and QS ranking. As our president has already mentioned, we are the top 11 under Thailand among the QS ranking. Academic collaboration, we have more than 82 leading universities. And our unique possibility we can do is under the research projects and under the graduate studies abroad. Can we have next slide? Before that, thank you. Erasmus program, Siam University has joined the Erasmus Plus program with many different universities, and also the student, it is under the staff and student mobility with Danubius University in Romania and Mykolas Romidas University in Lithuania. It was attended by our assistant professor, Dr. Marut Limpavatana. He's the assistant president and director for cooperative education. And Ms. Jidapa, she is my colleague, deputy director for international affairs. They have attended in Lithuania in Mykolas Romidas University. It's like our sister university. We have signed MOU together. Can I have next slide? Yeah, this is the picture of the visit. Then they were having a cake cutting ceremony as well. This is at Lithuania. Our two professors are visiting Lithuania, Mykolas Rominas University. Next slide. And these are also the other pictures of international credit mobility with international staff exchange. This is also in Lithuania during the visit in 2019 from 2nd to 6th July. Next slide. And that's receiving the certificates and appreciation. Next one. And this is also another program that they had in Danubius University in Romania. This was the professors from the PhD program from education visiting the Danubius University, and also from the international staff, and also from the cooperative education office visiting Romania. Next slide. And that's a meeting with the rector of University of Surabaya, Ubaya. He was also there during the Erasmus Plus program. Next one. That's discussion with the Romanian student. I believe that during this time, they were really having an exposure, not only visiting the university, but having a cultural visit. They had an exchange with students. They learned more about it. It was like experiential learning with the critical thinking, and it was gaining more of the 21st century skills. So it was a very good experience for them. It was a lifetime experience. They really have a good time and they have enjoyed. Cultural exchange is very important. Next slide. And that's our students. They were joining in One Young World Summit it was hosted by United Nations. And they had the chance to meet His Excellency Kofi Annan as well. So it was a very good experience, along with they received certificates. So I believe that university students, they don't only want to stay in the classroom right now at the pandemic. Everybody is learning online. They are staying home, but most of them want to come out. Most of them want to join the seminars and, short-term program. They want to meet people. They want to interact. They want to really communicate. That's very important. Next slide. And these are another students of us joining the ASEAN workshop. We have total of 10 countries joining the workshop at our university. It was arranged during 2015 and our president was the host. And it was a very excellent program. Student has to pay for nothing. Everything was hosted by Siam University, except for the airfare. They stayed here, the meals and the accommodation, everything was sponsored and hosted by our university. Total 10 countries joined, all the universities from ASEAN, like you can say from Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore, and everybody was coming here and they were having an exchange program, you can say. And these universities are our sister university. We have signed joint MOU with them, Memorandum of Understanding. So I believe that if any university is interested, the first initial step will be they have to sign an MOU, and that's very important. So I would also say that I'm also the main person to host this workshop. It was under my leadership along with our president. Next slide. So these are the university students from our, you can say, partner country, joining the ASEAN workshop. 36 students joined, and it was not only 10 countries, as I said, ASEAN, but plus South Korea, plus it was a country from Japan and from China, and also from there were 4 from India. So it was like ASEAN plus 4. So they are total 14 countries that have joined this workshop, and it was very interesting. Next slide. So these are our international students joining our orientation at Siam University. And I think might be people are familiar when they are our students in bachelor degree program, they have to have university uniform, which is white color shirt and black color trousers for the gents and black color skirts for the ladies. And these are the time that they have a good time during the joining the, you can say the full-time program or exchange program. What they do normally with Thailand is like sometimes they come to and explore. They join some of the vacation, like you can say neighboring countries, they go to Cambodia or Laos. They have a study visit. Sometimes they also go for the business visit, and they also explore what else they can do in the future. Because some of them want to have a startup, or some of them want to become an entrepreneur. So they have a project ready in mind. Can I have next slide? And so I believe as a teaching student, it's very big responsibility that education is also not only about, you can say for the future, but tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today, as Markov has said. And we have to have an arrangement of sometimes, if it is possible, that what else we can do besides only Thailand. How about we can have a program where students can have an academic exchange or a dual program. But the main initiative for our students is, if possible, is right now, they're doing the hybrid. Our online studies have already been, it's going on. But yes, for students who are coming over to the university, we are also open. So normal studies have already been started. It's like new normal coming in, hybrid teaching is coming in. So we believe that education is not only coming over from the textbooks or and everything, but experiential learning and, experiencing through having a journey. You can say that traveling over to Russia, because I believe Thailand and Russia, we have a partnership that we don't need visa and we can travel over very easily. So it's very accessible. And I believe that very importantly, that the students really wish to have an communication skills to be gained through this exchange. Can I have next slide? So this is our former Secretary General of United Nations. He was mentioning about education must fully assume its central role in helping people to forge more just, peaceful, and tolerate society. And this is Malala, the Nobel Laureate Award winner, has also mentioned that one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world through the education. Next slide. So as I said, Siam University is a private university and it's accredited by Office of Higher Education. And the degrees are also offered in international program. Next one. And these are the 9 reasons why university students want to join. Firstly, is the quality and the choices are there. There are like 52 study programs, flexibilities are there, international outlook is there. We have so many exchange with more than 80 universities around the world. We have exchange with like universities in Russia as well. We have innovation, we have the affordability, and e-learning platform is also there. Unique encounter is there. Can I have next one? And these are the 13 schools, and we have been offering. College of Medicine is also there, science is there, performing arts is there from our university. Next. And sources of international students, mainly it's from Myanmar, from China, from Nepal, Nigeria, from Finland. From Russia also we have, might be 2 or 1 students who is studying in our master degree program, and 1 is studying in the bachelor degree. It's a full-time, which is bachelor is for 4 years. So 15,000 students are there. Can we have next slide? So as my president has mentioned that we have short-term study, it can be like an ASEAN study, it can be sufficiency economy under the sustainable development goal right now we are working with, and which is also the next, last one is IPD, which is under the various topic professional development. Next one. So the new measures have to be there because I don't believe that it's only social distance, it's mostly like a physical distance because social distance is like you're coming, not interacting anymore. So I believe physical distance should be there. But so our university is working along with the health science and also with the health education that we have to have a physical distance in the classroom. Earlier, like they were around 40 students, now they have separated and made around 20 students in one classroom, which is very important. New measures have been taken care. Next one.
Excuse me, you have 1 minute.
Okay, sure. So these are our students enjoying the international outlook. Thank you. And next slide. So why we choose Siam University? These are the main reasons people are thinking about it. And if there is anything, I will go to the next slide, the ending one, so we can interact with me. Next one. Thank you. And this is my point of contact. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very interesting experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we go back to Russia. Unfortunately, our next speaker didn't show up yet. So we go further to meet Grigory Gabrielyan from Russian U University, Head of International Affairs and Academic Mobility Directorate. Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, hello, dear colleagues. I hope you can see me and hear me well.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to run the presentation in a second. Need to share a screen, I guess. Yeah, here it is. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do it full screen. All right, so I guess we are the only private university from Russia presented today at this fantastic event, and we are very, very, very happy to be here. So we were established in 1991, this little small history about the university. Established in 1991 when it was actually possible to run private universities. And Rector, he's president of the Association of All Private Universities. Here is the conceptual foundation, actually what we follow from the very beginning of its establishment. We think and we decided that science should be in the very center, and the health improving technologies should actually cover all the areas of university. So we were quite prepared for today's pandemic, and actually finding out a lot of ways how to overcome a lot of problems concerning to it. So concerning the positions of the university, we try to participate in all the possible rankings. Definitely, as soon as we are quite young, it's not really easy to show up in the rankings, but still we did our best, and you can see the actually the positions of our university in QS BRICS, in QS Emerging Europe and Central Asia, in the local Russian rankings like RAEX Expert, International RUR, and the International Moscow IUR. And we're happy to actually be in the 100 of Forbes universities, which were ranked by Forbes for the Russian universities and being in the 100. We started actually the international cooperation in 2002, and for the result, I could say that we've now signed over 80 agreements, and we have 35 countries which were quite active, and we work with them within the short programs, international trainee exchange programs, and we run 12 educational programs, international programs, right on for now. Concerning the university, actually we present, we have 7 institutes like faculties, many programs in bachelor level, 20 master programs, and some postgraduate programs for further professional education. So here are the names of the academic institutes and faculties. So we are so-called classical university, as was previously said by other colleagues from Russian universities. And we definitely started as a humanity institution, but then continued to fill up with the other more technical and more, how to say, the sciences actually that should be, which are not humanities, let's say so. So generally, I would say that here's some less advanced programs that we try to run and present it right on for our international students and for the local students. We have separate Institute of Tax, which is quite famous in Moscow, the Institute of Taxation. And we do run some international programs, which could be an interest of university from Thailand. It's a customs law in case of BRICS and EAAC. Some programs in engineering and technologies and humanities. We have a lot of languages. We started, for example, Japanese language just a year ago, and we're quite successful to have at least 2 groups learning Japanese as their major language. And what is from the actually last advanced things that we started, but unfortunately the pandemic should have stopped that activities, but still we do. As you remember, we had a FIFA championship in soccer in 2018, and the number of Chinese tourists to Russia grew up dramatically, and there was a big lack of professionals in guiding Chinese speaking groups. So we started this program. We've actually have a lot of graduates from that short program, but it's a big interest that could be also interest of the other countries as soon Chinese tourists started to travel a lot. We've started this year, we will start next year, programs which will be taught fully in English, in applied informatics, one in tourism, and one in economics. As soon as our topic is our short-term programs. I would like to go to that topic. We have our own educational center for foreign students, where we prepare students the Russian language to adopt them to Russian life, and that center actually initiated a lot of programs for international students on the summer-based level or the winter level, winter time running. And we went to the partners, connected to partners from all over the world, and we decided that we should run exchange programs and summer schools with participation of our partner universities. And since 2018, we started some very interesting programs, so-called World Internship Exchange, and actually fully exchange mobility process that everybody knows. Annually, we have like 50 to 60 students, live students coming here for offline courses, but for online now the number dramatically dropped, but still there is interest. And this year we have about 30 students from different universities running exchange mobility, but on the online basis. So going back to the World Internship Exchange, which could be of interest of colleagues from Thailand, this program was initiated by our partner Chinese universities, from actually leading universities from Hong Kong, from Macau, and we introduced this. We started to run this program also in Russia with those partners. So this program actually. The duration of the program is about 2 to 3 months, sometimes less, but not less than a month. So students from these universities, we find job opportunities, part-time job opportunities for those for the students within the program, and they run a scientific project with the business organizations, with the institutions, with the scientific centers. And after this short-term scientific research, they do the final presentation. And this presentation is revised by the leaders of the university or by the leaders of the business organizations. So they get credits from these organizations. They get actually motivation papers for the future, so they can fulfill their CVs that they had experience and they worked within the Russian companies or international companies. So later on, if there's interest from the colleagues from Thailand, I can send the list of all the companies and universities that participate in this World Internship Exchange. So we were lucky that in the beginning of 2020 to receive 60 students from the university, from Polytech University of Hong Kong. You can see it's on the picture, within the International Cultural Experience Tour, which is also a partner-based program. And we accept students from partner universities for this specific cultural experience tour, which also includes visits to universities, visits to the scientific centers, and definitely some cultural program which is based in Moscow. These are the students from Sun Yat-sen University. Also, definitely, as all the universities in Russia, I think that have international and are international, have an international outlook. They run summer schools, and this is a good example of a summer school that we actually did before, which stopped in 2019, but we still announced it for the 2021. And I hope we will overcome the pandemic and will welcome students for summer schools. This summer school actually includes a lot of events, starting from learning the language and finishing with some specific units that actually our partners offer us, or I mean, ask us to prepare. It's on the bilateral mode, and it could be actually turned into more specific summer school programs that we could offer. So here's some photos from the 2019. So I will not go, I will just go through some specific things that our university does. As soon as I said that science is in the center, we have big scientific stuff and a lot of scientific programs that we actually run. Some schools in mathematics, wave catastrophe theory, in impact of weak broadband radiation on living organisms by academician Gulaev, and a lot more things that actually could be an interest of some scientific work with partner universities. So what I could also add that we are quite open for interesting student life. We try to support the students with different events that could be of interest also of international students. The students' life in university is actually very rich. We have our own clubs and different events that we usually run every year. Every specific event is supported by international students also. So I hope I did my best to run the presentation very short. And thank you so much for your attention. Here are my contacts and contacts of international department. And universities from Thailand are welcome to cooperate with us. We have no cooperation with Thailand universities. So I hope that the partner that we met here on this event will cooperate with us. We'll find out the language of communication definitely. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And we are going to the next Russian example. We are going to Nizhny Novgorod, to Lobachevsky University, where Director of International Cooperation Office, Konstantin Kimaev, will tell us something about International Summer University of UNN. Please, floor is yours. Konstantin? Yes. Very good.
Yes, dear colleagues, do you hear me? Is the screen is okay?
Yes, yes. We can see and hear you, yes.
Okay, first of all, greetings from Lobachevsky University. This is the university located in Nizhny Novgorod in the heartland of European part of Russia. Talking about the city of Nizhny Novgorod, it's one of the biggest Russian cities, located not so far from Moscow, just in 400 kilometers to the east on Volga River, and the city is the capital of Volga Federal District. So this city is historical and very beautiful, and this year we are celebrating 800 years anniversary since foundation. So you may see that city is very beautiful. This is the confluence of two rivers, Oka and Volga. And in accordance with the international rankings Numbeo, Nizhny Novgorod is recognized as the safest and most comfortable Russian city for study and business. So please enjoy some city views. And just talking about Lobachevsky University. So Lobachevsky University is one of the leading comprehensive universities in Russia. It was established 1 century ago as the City People's University and was the first higher educational institution in Nizhny Novgorod region. During his history, Lobachevsky University always been one of the largest Russian research universities, with the priority given to innovation and pioneer research. And several times the university was the first in some spheres. For example, after Bolshevik Revolution, our university was the first reopened university in the Soviet Russia. After the Second World War, it was the first university where the faculty of radiophysics has been opened. And some years later, it was also opened the first faculty of computational mathematics and cybernetics. It means we are pioneers in IT and radiophysics. The university is not only the buildings and infrastructure, but also its professors and famous alumni. And for example, among the people who are well connected with the university, we can list Maxim Gorky, famous Russian and Soviet writer, and he was the university honorable professor. Talking about the modern science, of course, this is Alexander Sergeyev, president of the Russian Academy of Science. Among our prominent professors, there were 5 Nobel Prizes in physics and radiophysics. For example, Vitaly Ginzburg was the head of department in our university in Soviet time. He was Nobel Prize in Physics of 2003. Another famous scientist was French scientist Gérard Mourou, Nobel Prize in Physics in 2018. And right now, in cooperation with Gérard Mourou, we have created a mega grant lab, and currently we are in process to build, to construct the most powerful laser in the world. Some other famous graduates are Alexei Likhachев, Rosatom General Director, Vadim Vorobyov, Lukoil First Vice President, Ekaterina Pilepina. She's the Vice President of Visa Company in charge of the region of the United States and Canada, as well as Zahar Prilepin, Russian writer and social activist. Talking about university in brief, in some facts and figures, so we are the biggest company in the region. So our university includes more than 30,000 students from 105 countries of the world. So the university includes also 15 faculties of institutes and in addition 6 research institutes. And in the university is located supercomputer Lobachevsky for serious research activities. We are represented in all international rankings. Of course, on the presentation, you may see also some more details about the university, about our international partners, Russian language programs, as well as double degrees. Focusing on double degrees activities because usually it's a good area for prospective cooperation with partner universities in foreign country. Right now, we have got required experience in cooperating with some European universities, mostly the universities from France and Italy. And of course, talking about cooperation, we should discuss the international curriculum and in relations, academic and scientific relations between Thailand and China educational institutions. Of course, the medium of instruction is very important. And as I know, Thai students and teachers are excellent in English. And of course, we are ready to offer some degree programs taught in English as a ground for international mobility exchange and double degrees. For example, talking about undergraduate level, we have information technologies, economics, and international relations. Each of such programs is realized in close cooperation with our international partners. Talking about specialist programs, 2 years ago, we launched specialist degree in general medicine. And as for master degrees, we opened international relations in strategic studies, software engineering, social science, mostly focusing on Russian studies, and management. And next year, we will launch also a PhD in supercomputing and mathematical modeling. Just focusing on summer university, because this topic was declared like a summer university of Lobachevsky University. So first of all, we have a wide range of summer schools which are united in summer university. For example, it is the standard classical summer school of Russian language and Russian culture. It's called Russian Summer. We have more than 10 years of experience of realization of implementation of this program. And last summer, we launched this summer school online. So it means that pandemic situation will contribute to develop online education, of course. And we also designed and launched some profiled summer schools taught in English. For example, talking about IT sphere, this is the summer school in development practices of Android applications and use of big data. So we realized this summer school in consortium with some Mexican universities during the last 3 years. And next year, we plan to realize the school in close cooperation with Huawei company, which is industrial partner of our university. Next summer school, this is Russia Goes Global, Modern International Relations, Trends and Challenges. This is the summer school of foreign policy of Russia and diplomacy. It was launched 2 years ago. And the first year, of course, it was realized as offline option. It means the students, including exchange students, were invited to come to Nizhny Novgorod, and within 3 weeks, they studied Russian foreign policy, modern trends, challenges, as well as they've got opportunity to talk not only to the university lecturers, but also to the invited experts. Within the cultural program, they attended the office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Nizhny Novgorod, as well as regional administration and city mayor's office. Last year, in 2020, because of COVID situation, we planned to make the school frozen. But fortunately, we have decided to realize it as online option. It passed not in summer, but in Indian summer in September. But I appreciate the experience as very progressive, because more than 12 students attended this school and they were really happy. The students were mostly from Latin American countries. And of course, we should modify the timetable, paying attention to the time difference, yes, because we are located in Moscow time zone, and we have 8 hours of time difference. And the last summer school, we are planning to introduce this summer. This is international journalism. So this summer school will be focused on fake news problem as well as media journalism, because right now it's not the classical journalism. And you see, because of the growing role of mass media, so the classical journalism is very transformed. In this summer, We are planning to realize all these schools as offline summer schools. But of course, for our partners within mobility options, we are also ready to propose such summer schools as online option. So, talking some other experience within the Russian university. First of all, this is the time when our special program Pre-Uni Online is starting. Pre-Uni Online, this is like the foundation course, and previously, because before COVID situation, foreign students should go to Russia, should attend the university to be enrolled to this course. Right now, our university, like I guess most of Russian universities, had launched the foundation year online. It means that the Thai students will get a unique opportunity to learn Russian language from zero, from beginning until B2 or even highest level without leaving Thailand. But of course, the most preferable is to visit Russia even for a short time, but summer schools will give such opportunities. And we have also the experience to realize summer camps for sister cities. For example, we have launched a Russian-Serbian cross-culture camp with Novi Sad, which is the sister city of Nizhny Novgorod. As well, we have also inter-university cooperation, for example, the joint international summer school with Sichuan University, when we have 2 weeks at China first and the next 2 weeks in Nizhny Novgorod. And of course, like a culmination, this is our online Olympiad, Lobachevsky Ru. So we launched this Olympiad in this year, and this is Olympiad even for beginners in Russian language, as well as for experienced speakers. So, talking about some other specialties of our university. First of all, we are the comprehensive university, and our specialties are divided in 4 main groups. The first one, this is biomedical cluster, which includes not only general medicine and dentistry, but also the so-called medicine of the future, I mean high-tech medicine. Such specialties like medical biochemistry, medical biophysics, and medical cybernetics. So the next field are the natural science majors, like biology, ecology, radiophysics, informatics, nanotechnology, etc. The third group is economics and finances. We are the participant of the Networking Institute of Anti-Money Laundering and Combating Against the Financement of Terrorism. And within this program, we are interested to establish the network cooperation with the university profiled in the spheres of economics and finances. And finally, humanitarians, political and social science. Of course, the most popular specialty is international relations and political science, but we have also such fields as tourism, sport management, forensic expertise, and of course, philology, especially such program as Russian as a foreign language, just to train Russian language teachers to teach Russian language abroad. So the university is ready to provide to incoming students all its infrastructure, the volunteering center, university chair, which is one of the top 100 best university chairs in the world, Park of Science, Media Center, Botanic Garden, biomedical cluster, SPF vivarium. So it means we have all necessary infrastructure, not only for student mobility, but for joint research. And talking about research activities, also you may see in brief some projects of the universities as well as its facilities. So it means that we are open to cooperate with your universities in different spheres, online or offline. And welcome to Nizhny Novgorod, welcome to Lobachevsky University. We hope to see you this year just to celebrate together the 800th anniversary of the city. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Konstantin. And now we are going to Novosibirsk State University. We have Alla from Novosibirsk. Please, floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me join you the last minute. And since I think I have an opportunity also to speak about our English language programs, I will start with this, and then very briefly we'll say a couple of words about summer short-term programs because of pandemic. We were, also moving to the online mode, although some of our summer schools offline were very popular among European and Asian students. So just a couple of words about NSU as a university. For those who is not familiar, Novosibirsk State University is considered to be one of the best Russian universities, and I'm very proud. And maybe I will not be too modest not to say this, because we share second or third place. We sometimes actually give second place to St. Petersburg State University. And then this year, actually, we are third in the QS all over ratings. But if we look at, can you see the screen? Hello? Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes, now I can move. And if we speak about rankings, you can see that our rankings are quite high in the regional positions, and in the subject positions also we are quite high. For instance, we are 50% of the world in astronomy, in astrophysics, which is quite high, I think, for Russian university. Novosibirsk is a huge city, and actually, speaking to Thai audience, I would like to say that for Siberians, Thailand is our favorite summer destination and winter destination. It's our favorite holiday destination. We are so sad that we cannot fly over to you now because of the pandemic, and actually can't wait for borders to be open again. So you are very welcome to visit Novosibirsk as well. It's a huge city. It's Siberian Chicago in a way. It's very dynamic and moving fast and developing fast. And our campus is located in a very nice place in the suburb of Novosibirsk, actually. So we are 30 kilometers away from the traffic jams, from the smog, which I must admit we have, and it's a green zone, ecologically pure zone, so it reminded Thailand in a way. Some of the islands. We even have our own Siberian Sea. I try to show you now. You can see that we have this artificial sea, which was made by the dam.
Алла Александровна, у вас звук пропадает.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is it better now? Sorry, I will try not to move. So we have even our sea, almost like in Thailand. It's an artificial sea. Made by the dam on the Ob River, and that's exactly where Novosibirsk State University is located, in the Akademgorodok, world famous scientific center. So, moving this, some of our flourishing streets, and you can see how our cherry trees, apple trees are flourishing, blooming in the springtime, and that's our techno park. And here at the bottom, two bottom pictures, you can see the university buildings. So coming back to our departments, we have 6 departments and 3 institutes. And I think that you are very welcome to enter all of our programs, but I must confess that at the moment, all our bachelor programs are in Russian so far, but we have 10 master degree programs taught in English. So if you can't hear me, you should tell me immediately, because that's something with my computer. Sometimes if I move, the sound goes down. So just let me know immediately. So here on the screen, you can see our 10 master programs taught in English. It's big data, oil and gas, financial management, classes in philosophy, material science, pharmaceutical, how come I can't see my, oh, sorry. Yeah. And fundamental and applied geoscience. So as you can see, programs are provided by different departments, and the names of the departments are at the bottom under the name of the program. So the admission process is on the website, and dates which you need to know are also on the website. So you just contact our admission office, our international recruitment office, and find all necessary information. And this year, all entrance exams will be online. It's already the second year that we have them online because of the pandemic. So everything is well organized, and it's no problem to participate in these exams. And just a few words about PhD program taught in English. It's a program in astroparticles physics, and that's exactly where we are 51st in the world. So think about entering this program if you are physics and are interested in moving on in astroparticle physics. Then we also have preparatory courses taught in English, both in English and in Russian. And since this year, we have two tracks. One track is in chemistry and biology. So if you take this track, you will be well prepared to enter our natural science department and our medical specialist program, which is also taught in English. You can see the subjects which you will learn at the screen. If you choose economics track, then it's clear you can enter oil and gas management, you can enter financial management program, and also you will have a Russian language. So if you are just a school graduate, you can you will have Russian language as a foreign language in both tracks. So gradually you will learn Russian in a sufficient way so that you can enter our bachelor programs taught in Russian and our master programs taught in Russian as well. And of course, we have also preparatory courses taught in Russian, but this time I focus on English language programs. Then we have a preparatory course in medicine. And you can see the subjects and the fee on the screen. And today I have some problems with my notebook. So somehow I cannot, I will try to get rid of the, yeah. Just a second, because I can't see. Yeah, now it's better. Can't see the screen because of the participants. So it's preparatory courses specifically for medical specialist program. You can see subject and duration on the screen. And at the moment, they're available online. Moving further, that's the specialist program itself, which you can be prepared to. And it's provided by Institute of Medicine and Psychology of Vladimir Zelman. Very popular among our foreign applicants. We have quite high competition. And again, online tests will be online this year. So just take the picture of the screen if you are interested, and I move on because of the shortage of time. Then we also have, you know, the doctors have residency training later on when they finish specialist program. So for now on, we have only program in dermatovenerology taught in English, residency training taught in English. And duration of study is 2 academic years. But sometimes applicants ask whether we have stomatology or general medicine residency training taught in English. At the moment, the answer is no. But we are working on this, and soon other directions of medical training will be available in English as a residency at the post-specialist level. And our international double degree master programs now are on the screen, mostly with the French universities, as you can see, but also with some German universities and with Kazakhstan universities located in Kazakhstan, but those who are international universities. And as you probably already were told, during these days, you can apply for scholarship of Russian government scholarships through Rus-Thai. So here are some basic rules you need to know, which documents you need to submit. And you can find all necessary information either on our website or on the website of Rus-Thai if you want to apply for scholarship to study in Russia and in Novosibirsk State University as well. Living at NSU, dormitories, and as I said, we have very nice location, green area. Everything is in the walking distance from the university. So campus is very compact. You live 2 minutes walk from the university buildings. So you don't need to take a train or bus, nothing. You can take a bike, as on the picture if you want. Oh, but normally we walk. And many people actually take bikes and use bikes in Akademgorodok, just for entertainment and as a transportation as well. We have wellness center and sport halls, sport grounds, 2 swimming pools at the campus. And our ski base is considered to be one of the best in the city. If you are interested in skiing, maybe you can come from Thailand and become a Siberian skier, who knows. And shops and hairdressers, everything is located either on the campus itself or very near, maybe 5-10 minutes walk, and you are in the center of Akademgorodok, and everything is open. We have lots of cafeterias, lots of restaurants, lots of, you know, I wouldn't say nightlife, but we have nightlife as well, of course, nightclubs, but we have very lively street life, like people like to sit in the streets, like in Thailand in summer. We have open air cafe because we have very nice summer in Siberia, although it sounds, Siberia sounds as a cold land, but it's not true. We have very hot summer, 30 degrees and 35 degrees Celsius. So you can enjoy summer almost as at home. And we have lots of societies and clubs as part of student life. So you also are very welcome. You can join either dance or modern dance or musical clubs, whatever you want. Lots of sports, and you won't feel lonely studying at NSU. So these are, please take a picture of the screen if you need, our contacts of our International Student Recruitment Office, email, telephone, WhatsApp. You can write our girls, our office employees at WhatsApp, and they will answer you. And this is the site, English language site of NSU. And now, if I can, yeah, I would like to maybe very briefly show you another presentation and say a couple of words about our English language and Russian language summer school programs. To be honest, the last year was very difficult in this respect. And we had online courses, preparatory courses actually for the medical school. And they were very popular among applicants. We had them just 1 month before the entrance exams that were online already in the August. And it was 1 month intensive training in chemistry and biology provided by our NSU tutors, young professors. The courses were in English, and many applicants were very satisfied, and then they managed to enter university. They succeeded the exams. So we plan to organize the same courses this year as well. So you're very welcome to join. We will announce them separately, additionally at the website, and also through mailing list. So if you if you leave your contact at the fair, which is now online fair, which is now, I think, active and will be active for a long time, please leave your contacts, and we will add you to the mailing list. If you are interested in preparatory courses in biology and chemistry, in entrance exams as well, we will add you to the list. So you should somehow keep in touch. Then another popular, we held it since 2017.
Ella, please, 1 minute.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm finished. So very popular school, Siberian summer.
Thank you.
And survive. Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm finishing. And this is school about business and culture. And if you just take a picture of the link, you can go. We don't have time to go online. You can go on our website and read. And since this year, we are launching the new summer schools project, which is called Exploring Russia. So the idea was, due to the pandemic, borders are closed. we would like to invite those students who are already in Russia, foreign students of Russian universities. But of course, if something changed and the borders are open, you are very welcome to apply as well. So these schools will be launched in different regions to explore the cultural diversity of Russian regions and economic development, opportunities of different Russian regions and cities. So in Novosibirsk, we will have a summer school, which is called Novosibirsk, capital of Siberia, a very traditional title, but not traditional content. So you will learn about cultural and economic center of Asian part of Russia. And you will also visit Akademgorodok and the Institute of Akademgorodok. You will be exposed to our technopark and new technology, which is based in the institutes. So it will be 1 week, nice, a bit more than 1 week, nice summer recreation school with lectures on Siberian and Russian history, Siberian and Russian culture, lots of outdoor activities, including barbecue at the beach of the Opsy, museums, open air museum. And here you can see the dates, prospective dates. We hope that it will work. And here I gave my personal contact, so you can write directly to me if you're interested in the event. And we'll see how it works. So Thailand, welcome to Siberia, welcome to Novosibirsk. We will be very glad to see you in our both short-term programs and long-term programs. Get a degree at Novosibirsk State University. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Yes, I really want to go myself.
Yeah, yeah, you should. You should. You're also very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And actually, we have just few minutes left from our session, and we have one more speaker that is willing to talk, and we are going back to Nizhny Novgorod to meet Nizhny Novgorod Linguistics University and Anna Gorokova.
Hello, Dmitry. Thank you very much for giving the floor to me. Dear colleagues, thank you for the opportunity to be, in the last rows. Thanks a lot. So, greetings from the Linguistics University of Nizhny Novgorod. I would be very brief and would like to give you the presentation. If I could share the screen. Yeah, just. Can you see it? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that's very good. So first of all, let me extend our cordial gratitude to all the organizers of this forum. It's an honor to be among the participants. I suppose Konstantin has already given some brief information where the city is located, so I wouldn't be too extended on this topic. I would just like to say that it is only about 40 kilometers away from Moscow, so everything is at hand and everything is within easy walking and driving and riding distance. So the location is really picturesque, as well as the atmosphere of students, activity, and this breathtaking scenery. We enjoy a super multicultural environment here at this university. So we've got over 70 agreements with international universities from over 30 countries. Now, just some facts and figures. So what programs are we actually providing? So starting with pre-university preparation and short-term and long-term educational programs, up to bachelor's and master's degree programs, as well as seminars and trainings, topical seminars, workshops, postgraduate programs, PhD and SCD programs. Now, probably dwelling more, I'll just give you a brief opportunity to have a look at the specialities we provide. So majorly majoring in linguistics and literary studies, philology, linguistics, international relationships. But of course, now we're focusing on short-term programs. That's why I would like to give a special emphasis to them. Now, what opportunities do we provide to our international students? So first of all, you see summer schools, 1 and 2 semester Russian language courses and culture courses as well, BA and MA programs, as I mentioned before, and pre-university training for those who are volunteering to continue their studies in Russia in any other field. So stopping at summer schools first. The summer schools open to all those over the age of 18. So let me click to another slide. Yes, here it is. So the duration is around 2 to 3 weeks, so it's all negotiable. More frequently, they are arranged in July. You can enjoy two opportunities. Either it's a host family or a dormitory. So we've got a compact, as the colleagues have said before, campus. Everything is at hand. So the second dormitory where our university students are located is only 5 minutes walk or a 2 minutes walk from the university. So as to the educational program, it's around 60 academic hours plus field study, plus various cross-cultural activities, involvement with Russian students and different events, sites, theatres, concerts, museums, trips, walks, and a lot more. So the fees are also negotiable, starting with from 500 euros and more, of course. Another opportunity is 1 year or 2 year Russian courses for foreign students, teaching them Russian, as you see, and other subjects, getting them ready for full-time studies at the Linguistics University, for a Bachelor of Arts program, or any other university in Nizhny Novgorod or somewhere in Russia. So we'll make you fluent in Russian, and you'll be able to study together with your Russian colleagues and students in the same group. That's no problem. Well, and just take a look at the infrastructure. So again, as I've said before, everything is within easy walking distance. So all our buildings, they're 4 in quantity, are situated in one campus. So you don't have to walk anywhere, you don't have to drive anywhere. It's really excessively convenient. As well as this, we've got 2 halls of residence for our international students as well. So the second one is, as I've said before, within a 2 minutes walk from the university. As well as this, we also provide longer term programs like BA and MA programs and postgraduate courses. So speaking about our collaboration with Thailand, our postgraduate student, we are actually having him now at our university. He's going to defend his thesis very soon, his PhD thesis. So this opportunity is also provided to all those volunteering. And we, of course, we are on all social networks, and we've got our own educational environment, which is the Moodle software, LMS Moodle. Okay, yes, the timing. And well, here is the QR code that you can scan and get all the contact information from our international relations office, because I'm representing the Department for Science and Research, and this block is also very much involved in international activities, arranging conferences and other stuff. But, well, we are happy to be here. I hope I've actually been right on time with my speaking. And, well, I'm very sorry that, you know, everything is like in the last minute, but it was a great honor to be with you today. And I hope that our presentation will probably catch our colleagues' eye and will be interesting. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Anna. Well, I repeat again that all presentations will be on the website of the forum. They will stay, well, all year long there. So our embassy in Thailand promised to well, spread information as much as possible. So definitely, our partners will find us sooner or later. Okay, so well, let me finish. I think it's time to stop. Unfortunately, we have no time, but I think our rectors tomorrow can discuss strategic anything, because we already know that we can do something, well, real life already. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being with us. Bye-bye. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.